Okay, you're trolling me. I'm getting trolled by the 15% in chat. I'm getting trolled by chat. Okay. You're jumping from a rotating Earth thingy is interesting. With your logic, with their logic, wouldn't you need to speed up to go into orbit because the circle is larger? Well, I mean, you do have to speed up when you go into orbit, right? Just going up into the air isn't enough. Once you get up into the air, you have to apply enough force to change your velocity moving sideways so that you don't just crash into the planet, right? You have to do it until you're infinitely missing the fall, right? Why is angular momentum conserved? Because that's what Newton said when he made physics for the universe. Google conservation of momentum. There's not you. Never mind. Okay, I don't know why I'm arguing this. I'm a Kerbal Space Program master. Okay, I don't need to argue this. I don't need to argue this. I've traveled the Kerbal solar system. The lower you are, the more problems with airflow, which is how airplanes work. Please look. Turbulent airflow. Thank you. I think they usually throw satellites in at an angle so it already has enough speed. I feel like, based on my cursory understanding of everything related to everything, are you telling me that there aren't two stages for satellite launches? My feeling would be, is there's probably a first stage that's heavy, just to get it into a thinner atmosphere, and then once that first stage has been blown, a second stage is going to push it horizontally enough to enter a stable orbit. That'd be my guess. You're telling me that it's just one rocket and they just shoot it hard enough so that it just has an orbit? Maybe a satellite is light enough? We haven't launched satellites since the 90s? What the fuck do all the GPS and Elon Musk and... No, you're wrong. Hold on. Viasat and these other companies? I'm almost positive we launched satellites in the US. What are these... Why do we have companies in the United States that are... Okay, stop. Hold on. I don't know. Don't care. Okay. I'm getting... Because of gravity, your path won't be a straight line, but it has nothing to do with the rotation of the Earth. Your angular velocity won't necessarily be... Sure, well, when you jump straight up, you will land straight down in a straight line, kind of, but it's going to depend on your frame of reference, right? From your frame of reference, you're going straight up and you're coming straight down. But I think from the frame of reference of the Earth, what would happen is you would jump straight up, and then I think you would start to move behind, and then eventually you would land down. I think that's what would happen. Assuming, like, I think the apparent path on Earth would look... My guess is it would look something like this. Is what it would look like on Earth if you were to jump straight up. But I mean, you have to jump tens of thousands of feet into the air in order to like simulate this effect. And actually, maybe even with air currents and everything, maybe that effect would be erased by other air currents or things that would impact you. No, you still maintain the angular momentum of the Earth rotating after you launch. No, MR, you said I had bad physics knowledge, and you're making a fucking grade school physics mistake. You don't keep your angular momentum after you launch off the object and lose contact with it. That's not possible. You can't possibly do that. If you're on a body that's rotating, I don't know the math or the formulas for any of it, but if this body is rotating at some speed, if there's an angular body here, and you jump straight up into the air, you are not going to rotate along with it. That's not going to happen anymore. Because your velocity at any given point in time is not constantly, it's going to be tangential to this. If you jump here, your velocity is pointed in this direction. It's not going to change to this, and then change to this, and then change to this. That's not true. Yes, you do. It's not about rotation, but about G-force. You're making shit up. You're trolling me. If you jump straight up from a speeding truck, do you fall behind? A truck is moving in a straight line. What if you jump up from a truck that's turning left? Will you follow the truck, or will you go flying straight off? If the truck is driving and it's on a big left turn on an interstate ramp, and you jump off the truck, you're going to move forward, and what's going to appear beneath you, even though you're technically going straight up and down from your frame of reference, what it's going to appear is that the truck is actually pulling away from you, just like the planet Earth will pull away from you. You won't follow the truck even if it was turning left when you first jumped, because the truck is... The direction is changing constantly. What the fuck is angular momentum? Can you give a retard explanation? Fuck no, I can't. I can intuitively work with it, but I don't know if I can explain it to you. That shit is fucking complicated. I think it's just the idea that like any body, you can explain that there's like a total... You wouldn't call it velocity because it's constantly changing. Would you just call it the angular momentum? There's going to be like a total spin to like a particular object around an axis with a certain speed. But I don't know what you would call that. And I don't know any of the formulas because I learned this shit in video games, not in physics. So You and the Earth are in the same frame of inertia. That's not true once you've jumped off the Earth. If you go straight up and then therefore move along a tangent away from Earth, why does the gravity of Earth not stop an object from going off on this tangent? Because all gravity does is it pulls you back to it. It's not going to spin you around because it doesn't. All gravity does, all matter is attracted to all matter for some reason, right? Space X trajectories, you were right about the other stuff though. Nothing I said was wrong. This looks like what I said. There's going to be an initial stage that blasts you out of the fucking atmosphere. And then once that stage separates, you probably got a second stage and then maybe a third or fourth one that's starting to push you in a more horizontal direction in order to establish an orbit. The problem you are using where there is tangential velocity and the object flies off does not use gravity. The centripetal force stops applying. In the car example, it does not stop. Okay, I'm just... Okay, I don't care. Okay. I'm done with this. I truly am. Okay. Ooh. If you were to jump and then the Earth stops rotating, your path will be somewhat curved because gravity pulls you to the Earth, but won't necessarily be where you'd be if Earth were to rotate and you... If you were to jump and the Earth... If you jump and then the Earth stops rotating after you jump, then the apparent path you'll be on will appear to be curved. Sure. Okay. I don't care. Okay. Sneaker, what are you talking about?
This guy's gone, right? Because everyone's thinking, okay, that side has more power right now, so if you're not on that side, then you're gone. So the reason why I brought it sounds weird, but surrendering and not fighting, and you don't surrender fully, right? Because if you talk about, like, I mean, shit, I even saw this on your header, your Bruce Lee, right? Yeah. Right? The idea of being combative and, like, having to fight sometimes creates just more and more fights. And so I'm not saying you surrender and give up and you don't speak your mind, you don't speak your points, but you think of different ways to do it.
Navigate around the system.
Exactly.
You gotta play the rules of the game, but even when you do that, they still will try to cancel you for anything. They try to say that I'm harassing people.
So who's saying this? It's just like
everybody. Like, there's a new video trying to cancel me every single day. And it gets repetitive. People
okay, why do you keep saying this? Just Google why rockets are launched near the equator if you want to know the answer. It's that simple. My guess is going to be a rocket is probably launched near the equator because that's where the speed is like the fastest of the spin of the angular momentum, so you have more jumping off a planet, right? Like if you were launching from the very top, you probably need to spend a lot more fuel to get into orbit. That'd be my guess. Gravity is less near the equator. Okay. All right, stop. Don't care.
Why don't you react to this? I'm like, you all sound the same.
Do you think so? So here's my question. Do you think though you're... Because, like, I'm trying to put myself in your position, right? When I've had the most friction in my life, there was moments where I'm like, why is this happening to me? Who's doing this? Why are people
I know who's doing it.
No, I know. What I'm telling you is this. I used to feel like, why is this happening to me? Why is someone doing this to me?
Myself?
Essentially, yeah, in a sense. But then I realized, wait, there are things that I'm saying. There are things that I'm doing. There is stuff that I'm throwing out there that I allow.
What did you ever watch your What did you ever say? I hear this a lot from creators who are successful. Eventually going, well, I was kind of an asshole. I was kind of being a dick. I'm a bad person. I get
no, gravity is not less. That's wrong. I didn't say the gravity was less. What I'm saying is that if you're on some spinning planet and it's spinning this way, in order to establish an orbit, you're going to have to be moving horizontally with a certain amount of velocity, right? So if I launch off the top here, I probably just spend a fuck ton of fuel, like going all the way up and then pushing all the way sideways to get an orbit. But if I launch off of the equator, that's probably where I don't know what you would call this, tangential velocity, angular velocity is probably fastest. So that's probably where you need the least amount of fuel to change your velocity enough to establish an orbit. Yeah, I'm a lolcow. I am a lolcow. I love being a lolcow. Laugh at me, farm me, milk me, fucking milk me, fucking milk me.
But then what did you do? Tell me.
No, I mean, no, okay, so that's fair enough. You're the point. I've never actually done anything really negative or bad to anyone, but I think there can be situations in which, like, I've been for sure attacked from people for their own proud reasons, to get views, to get likes, to stir up drama, like, even told by those people in person, like, yo, man, like, this is kind of why I did it. Sorry, like, you're the bigger person. Like, it's a part of the game. I'm not saying I'm just like, hey, I need to just go get fucked and, like, not stand up for myself and not say anything, but I realized, like, sometimes fighting doesn't get you any farther. Like, it doesn't get you.
Oh my god, thank you. Torque maybe was the word I should have been using. If you throw a ball straight from the surface of the Earth such that its time of flight is very large, will it land on the same geographical position? Let's assume that there's no air resistance. No, the ball would not land at the same position. The key point here is the Earth is rotating. At the start, both ball and position point has same angular velocity, but when you throw the ball straight, there is no more torque. So the angular momentum of the ball is same, but that distance is increasing, so the angular velocity would decrease. The point on Earth would rotate faster than the ball, which would result in the ball lagging behind and falling in a different position. If it doesn't make sense or needs more justification, I'll be happy to add more equations or diagrams. Okay.
Actually further.
It doesn't get you farther, but maybe it gets the truth a little further.
But see, so truth is in this case subjective, right? Truth is in this case also perspective. The thing that I wanted to bring up, I really want to talk to you about specifically, and it's not me trying to say you're right or wrong at all, but the idea to get people like you and everyone else.
No, hold on. Because the Earth is an oblate spheroid, the Earth's surface is slightly farther from its center of mass, and the force of gravity is slightly less. That's what the dude was trying to say. No, we do not launch from the equator because it's slightly less gravity. There's no shot that's the answer. The answer is going to be because the angular velocity or the horizontal velocity at that point is going to be way, way, way fucking higher than at either of the poles. There's no way it's because there's less gravity. No shot. It might be true, but it's gonna be like inconsequential as fuck. Okay, I'm sorry, stop.
Listening to think, almost encourage the listeners and viewers just to think more critically.
That's what I do.
Yeah,
And
I'm
that's
not
why I
saying
encourage long form content. I say people always clip stuff out of context and they try to make it look bad. I tell people all the time, think for yourself because all you're brainwashed. People look at TikTok now, their attention span is so bad, they get manipulated, they get swayed, and they flip like that. I tell people all the time to think critically.
So the question, so this is the thing, right? The question is,
I'm not
how
taking
do
any
you
more
think
bait.
because it's one thing. And I was literally up all night thinking about this last night. It's one thing to say people should think more critically because I think that is the root issue in all of this. We talk about like cancellation stuff, the issues in like
People are
free speech.
manipulated with their emotions now. You can manipulate it with fear and empathy. It's very easy to. The whole reason that people got so mad at you for keeping your gym open was like, he's killing my grandma, but it's just a gym. Your grandma's not in Bradley Martin's gym. That makes no
Yeah, I
sense.
mean, there's so many reasons around that one. Yeah, it's so this is what I'm saying. So how do you think as creators and influencers, because you have a lot of influence and your influence is growing, right? Which is why people, yeah, for now, that's why people attack you, right? Because you do dance the line of like, oh, can he say that? Should he say that? And people are making judgments on you for it. The question is, the thing I think we should teach the audience more and more, which is so fucking important, is critical thinking. So obviously we know that now, right? How do you teach someone to actually critically think? And because the question I was racking my brain about this last night, I was like, what actually is critically thinking? Like, how do you teach someone to think critically? Because that's part of learning. Like, what do you think about that? Like, how do you think you teach someone to think more critically?
You just tell them, I don't know, you have to analyze the situation, don't get manipulated based on one clip.
Yeah.
You have to watch multiple perspectives, you need to get out of the little bubble you're in. I think just acknowledging the fact that most people are brainwashed immediately is the best way to start thinking critically. The fact that you just listen to one
What?
side and you believe one side, you're polarized just from that. I don't think you can. Like, you can tell people think critically now. You can't force someone's brain to work the way it should work, and they don't want to. People don't have the attention spans. Like, even most people will not watch this whole podcast. They'll see like a 2-minute clip on Twitter or on TikTok or something like that, and now they'll make a whole judgment of the whole show, and they don't know what we're talking about. Or
Here's what we need to do in schools. 3 classes. 1, psych class. You need to take a psych class. Stop doing this. Stop talking about gravity, okay? Stop talking about gravity. Stop. Here's a question. Here's a question for you. If you held a bed sheet out, let's say that you held a bed sheet out, okay? And you put a bowling ball in the middle of this bed sheet. And then you put other little balls here, okay? And these balls get pulled down into the bowling ball in the bed sheet. If you were to start spinning this bowling ball around in a circle, let's say the bowling ball is spinning in a circle, what effect will it have on the smaller balls out here? The answer is nothing. It won't change a single fucking thing. All matter does is attract other matter. It's curvatures in space-time, okay? All this stuff here does is it causes a big dent in the space-time around here, and if you're close enough, then you'll fall into it. You'll all attract each other, just like my dick in your mom's mouth. This bowling ball spinning in a circle here has no impact whatsoever. Like, matter doesn't exert like a fucking tangential fucking angular force on other matter. Yes, but that's a change in the rotation after the fact. In the original example, the rotation stays the same. That has no effect either. Let's say that even if this starts rotating and stops rotating and starts and stops, it will have no impact on the things out here. I can't believe. Why do orbits line up then between planets? Dude. The orbits line up because when we have a giant cloud of space dust of rotating of random fucking things, okay? All of the activity inside this cloud, if you were to mathematically calculate every single moving particle, we're going to be able to find an average angular momentum for this entire cloud of shit. An average. What that means is that over millions of years, these particles will collide with each other and they'll stop spinning because they're hitting each other, et cetera, et cetera. It will average out such that all of this stuff is going to be on the same plane, on whatever plane that angular momentum is. And then once all the particles are on the same plane and they begin to attract to each other, stuff like really dense material will form planets, other shit will form a star in the center, gas giants might be formed on the outside. I don't know if that's always the same, but it has to do with the conserved angular momentum of the entire spinning cloud of random shit. That's where the orbits come from. Orbits don't come from the fact that the star is spinning, so everything spins around it. That has nothing to do with why planets orbit it. What about galaxies? Do they rotate? Yes, galaxies rotate, but for the same reason, because there's an average. This is why galaxies and solar systems tend to be in the same plane. Is because there's an average angular momentum to the entire plane, and that's where the plane's gonna form. Explain why 2 black holes spinning together create gravitational wave. I have no fucking idea. I don't know. Uranus spins at 90 degrees to everything else? No, you're lying. Stop. Please stop. Why doesn't the moon spin then? Wait, oh, this was from YouTube chat? Why doesn't the moon spin? The moon does spin! What do you mean? It has to spin! That's how it remains. That's why we can only see one face of it. It's because it's slowly spinning as it goes around the planet. If it didn't spin, then different people would see different parts of the moon. Okay. I'm leaving this. I'm done. I am done with this. Ooh. Planets all revolve around the sun in the same direction and in virtually the same plane. I just told you why though. They have to go in the same direction. If they were going in opposite directions, then it would have collided with other particles. And if the angular momentum of the entire system is conserved, anything spinning in that non-direction is going to collide with something else. And eventually, I'm getting trolled. I'm done. Okay, I'm done. I'm actually done. Okay, let's.
It happens a lot. So
Hold on. I need to throw out a 950 real quick. I gotta throw out a 950. Hold on. Are you fucking serious? What is this fucking cuck shit? Boom. 908. That's what I'm talking about. Fuck that one. We're going with 908. Did I talk to Twitter about Nier? No, he's not coming on to chat. None of these fucking losers coming to chat. Oh no, they're fucking liars. Why did I open Facebook? To see my dumb fuck casino friends typing dumb fuck shit. My goodness, I hope they bring back cursive in school for the younger ones. I just had to teach my 16-year-old how to sign his name in cursive. Who cares? Who the fuck cares? Who cares how to write in cursive? What a waste of my fucking education. They told us we were gonna have to write everything in cursive growing up. Guess how many typing classes we had? Actually, we had quite a few. But still, fuck you. August, September, October. Wait, what? I'm seeing an ad for myself on Facebook. Do I have a debate? LibertyCon, October 14th to 15th. Holy shit. Do I have that booked? Oh, I do have the book. Okay, nice. What is the song Lily's playing here? Is this Lily playing? It's the Mr. Girl song, right? Bro, I'm a god typer. You don't have to test me on this. I'm better than you. What is this garbage ass website? Do I have to scroll? Zoom out? I'm not even zoomed in. Hi.
Steven.
Hello? You're breaking up a little bit. What's up?
Hello, Steven.
Hi.
What are you doing tonight?
let me check real quick. Hold on.
Oh, are you free at 6 p.m.?
What time zone?
PST.
I might be for 1 hour.
Ooh, wanna play one game of Valorant at 6 p.m. PST?
You know what, Lily? I can go ahead and I'll book that in for you, okay?
Can you put me in your schedule, finally?
Yeah, I added it there.
Hey, how come you didn't message me while you were in Los Angeles?
Because I was only there for a single night.
Oh, I thought we were gonna get food or something. But it's okay, maybe next time, right? Maybe we can play piano next time too, or something, you know?
Yeah, do you really think so? Wait, what is Valorant on? Is it on Battle.net or Steam or?
It's the right. Well, just look up Valorant. Just Google. You know how to use Google, right?
Riot Client. Yeah. How's life going, Lily?
Oh, life is pretty good. Did you see I voiced the Legends of Runeterra card?
I did. Somebody linked the tweet.
Yeah, so I'm probably gonna play that today.
Oh my
and
god,
then
that's so
maybe
cute.
Valorant after? Like 6?
Yeah, like 9 o'clock EDT, right?
Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's 3 hours, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I have a request.
Yeah, what do you got?
Can you stop being like really controversial?
Man, if you think I'm controversial now, wait till I release my doc in a day or two about a person
Shit.
that is everybody
What?
says they're dead, and I don't actually think they're dead, and I'm getting evidence right now that
Wait,
they're not really.
another
That's what's going on.
document?
Yeah, it's gonna be an Earthshaker.
Well, why?
well, there's just wrongs that need to be righted, and I'm the only man for the job, Lily.
No, I'm pretty. You don't have to do it. You can do it.
No, I think I do. Yeah, I think I do. I think I'm called to it.
Wow.
I think I'm called to it, Lily.
Well,
But anyway, yeah. So how are you doing?
6
Oh,
p.m.
were you in you were in Fusli's video?
Yes, I was in her announcement video.
That's so cute. Oh my god.
Yeah, it was very, very cute. Yeah.
That's nice. Have you? Was it only
the,
privately, or did you say publicly about Poke switching soon?
You're such a. Dude, you're not doing this again. I told you. Remember? Last time we fought about this, because you kept bringing her up. It's fucking cringy, bro. Stop.
Why are you so threatened by her? I don't understand.
I'm not threatened. I'm just.
No, you are, because like as soon as I bring her name up, you instantly get like freaked out. You're like, oh no, don't bring her up. She's like an untouchable god. You just don't even want to hear it. Then why is it every time I bring her up, you make a huge deal about it?
But you bring her up every time we talk or hang out.
Just like once or twice. We talk.
Did you get that tattoo of her yet?
No, not yet. Why do you think I should? Do you think she'd like that?
No, you said you were planning on it, right? On your arm?
I was thinking about it. But I'm trying to find something that's like tasteful but screams like I'm Poke's #1 fan.
Oh, I see.
But we'll probably go together in a couple days when she flies down to hang out, and we'll go look for appropriate
You need
tattoos.
medication for your delusions.
I'm not delusional. We're so close, Lily. What are you talking about?
I can't do this anymore. Every fucking time it's Pokebane. I can't. I just wanted to play Valorant.
Okay.
She won't play with you, Steven.
We played Fortnite together, Lily. There's documented evidence of it. Okay.
Yeah, because she felt bad for you.
No.
She said it was like doing charity work.
That's not true, Lily. You're the biggest charity case I know. Okay.
What do you?
Just
Wait,
what I
playing Valorant with me because it's like charity for
Yeah,
you?
that's what I'm doing. Because Iman asked me to. I mean, Poke. Sorry, that's how you refer to her, right? She said Lily's been real down lately. She's been really upset and lonely on YouTube. So can you please play
People
some
think I like Trump.
What's wrong with that? He does decently well with the Asian population. Okay.
I think it's more often than people actually watch the whole show.
Oh, I think it happens. Yeah, I think it happens. I mean, I can look at watch time videos and podcasts and be like, most people watch 20 minutes, 19 minutes of this, and it's an hour-long podcast, right? So they kind of found the parts they want to see. Like, that's typical on YouTube. Like, if you have a video that's hour-long, maybe your average watch time is like 23 minutes. Just to get people reference points of like this is what I'm saying. To be true, 23 minutes, 30 minutes, maybe 50 minutes. Like, if you're like, it's a super compact video, if that's what I'm getting at is how do you think we encourage and teach people to think more critically, other than just saying it? Because both sides can say the same thing. We talk about like a perspective, right? If I say, hey, I believe this versus you believe that, and you're wrong, and I'm right, and here's why, here's all my points. I think the way to critically think, to encourage critically thinking, like for people to, it's hard, but like you have to be willing to not accept the other perspective to be true, but you have to be willing to put yourself, be wrong, put yourself in those shoes and go, what does this look like? What does this really feel like? Why, if you put yourself in another person's shoes, like in this case, like this, like what's his name? Fucking guy. Anyways, you put yourself in his shoes, like, okay, why is this guy?
I know exactly why he's doing that because they're told I'm on the right side of history. I'm saving people. I'm right. They're wrong. They don't even know. They don't even think about the possibility that they could be wrong. They don't even think about how they're like preying on someone's downfall by trying to get me banned. They don't think about like how this is affecting me. They don't think about like maybe if they disagree that they can try to communicate. There's no more communication. And if it's coming from the left, we have prioritized people's feelings over truth. If you feel harassed, if you feel bad, you can delete their channel. You can silence them. It's like it's child behavior, and we've encouraged it. And every single social media platform has encouraged it. So and I genuinely think it's too late for most people in Gen Z. I think there needs to be a new platform. I think there needs to be a whole new system because even the way you talk about it now, like sometimes I realize like I made some mistakes and people doing that over and over and over again is how we got to this point. People can't handle it. They can't hear. They cannot disagree. Maybe the best way to encourage critical thinking is to be okay with disagreeing. But because even conversations like this are so rare, you know, like how rare it is for people to even be like mentally capable of having a disagreement now. They get offended so quickly, and then they'll start attacking. They don't even know how to challenge their own beliefs. People are so stuck in their ways. I'm saying that we really need to start a new platform because basically they've all encouraged it. And I'm gonna say this again. We were talking about the impulsive podcast that just came out. Everybody like that who's like, well, this was like a bad opinion and you shouldn't say certain things. Are all people who have been canceled, and so now they say that because they want to keep the platform. Every single one I talk to Gideon, probably know, talking on a regular basis on stream, he got canceled on Twitch and all the time. Like, well, I shouldn't have said that. That was bad. KSI, say things like challenge me to a fight. Because I call him out, yeah, KSI. Because he's got way more experience, he would win. But I called him out because he said, thank God Andrew Tate got banned. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? You're literally, thank God someone got banned. Preying on someone's downfall. Calls you out. Your name is KSI. Knowledge, strength, integrity. That's what his name stands for. Where's the integrity? You know what he said after people called him out for that? I was trolling. I copied and pasted it from TikTok. I was just joking. You weren't joking. You were following the mob. Logan Paul, same thing. I don't want to platform Tate by like, even getting in the ring with him, platforming him, and it's furthering dangerous hate speech. Like, shut the fuck up. You both got canceled, and now you're afraid. Logan Paul fame, everybody knows what happened. Because what happens, like when they get deleted, they have an option. They can either double down and stay and like and just admit, okay, I was trying to make people laugh, or they can simp for the powers that be. They can be like, okay, I'll be a slave to you now. I want to get banned again. I want to eat. I want to stay on your platform. I'll do as you say. Yeah. But I don't ever want to. I want to start a new platform. I want to bring freedom of speech back because it's completely gone. And every one of these influencers that people look up to, they don't really have any morals. They don't even. I'm not sure how much of like you follow a lot of these people, but they promote porn on every single social media, on every single one. Like OnlyFans is being shilled. Like it's really bad for. And we're kind of out of the bubble. Like people in like a penthouse and everything. So you don't realize like, but 1 in 3 men have not had sex or are virgins right now in the West. 1 in 3 guys have not had sex in or virgins.
You Jacob? No, I'm fucking with you. I get my point.
So you don't think about that like influencers like the bubble that you're in, like, you know, crypto people, millionaires, everything, millionaire, season millionaire, everything like that. You get used to this lifestyle, but as we keep going up, like the amount of people they get fatter and sadder, so we keep getting richer off of that mental health decline. Yeah. And they all promote it. They promote it on the trending page. They'll put like Sidemen Center. I was calling that video out. That's like something I disagree with the KSI.
I haven't seen. I don't know what you're talking about.
Sidemen Center, like they do these videos where they bring girls on, they can swipe left and right in real life. It's basically Tinder in real life. And they brought a bunch of porn stars on. And after the video, like during the video, like they'll show the boobies and stuff like that. They have Sidemen Plus, where you can go and like kids who watch 12-year-olds genuinely, so it's on trending, so you know watching it. You can go click on the plus page and go see titties. You can, hey, here's all these porn stars that you haven't seen before. Go to their page.
Wait, that's a real thing?
Yeah, Sidemen Plus. So
okay.
a lot of people know.
So you're telling me that because I don't know all about this. You're telling me that they have a thing that like sells. No, I'm not trying to play it. No, I'm really trying to understand this. Listen, I'm not saying right or wrong here, but I'm trying to understand the perspective. I'm trying to understand perspective. They sell explicit content.
Yeah, and I mean, I think a lot of people doing it don't have bad intentions. They don't really think about the repercussions of it. They're trying to get bag. So I don't want to blame on a lot of these people, but it's really like it's really.
Fix the whizzing sound. It's the fucking washing machine. Truth about KSI and Andrew Tate. KSI released a video reacting to his TikToks where at the beginning he says something to the effect of, I don't really know much about Andrew Tate, but I like some of the stuff he says about hard work, and then he watches a whole bunch of misogynist TikToks, and then Andy says something to the effect of, well, I guess Andrew Tate's views on women are fucked, so don't let Andrew Tate or Fresh and Fit or anyone say this bullshit about him being a fan. He just knew who you were, bro. He wasn't a fan. And then after he got banned, he switched up. This video was released when he said his views on women were fucked before he got banned. Glad to get that off my chest. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna get a drink and... Why are you linking me this? Seeing who covered the Kevil's Kiwi Farm story and who didn't is very telling about what institutions have actually invested in robust online culture coverage. Yeah, Kevil's is doing a story on CNN with Jake Tapper now, by the way. I think. Is this Tapper here? Is that Jake? Tonight on the lead CNN, we're live in Belfast, Northern Ireland, with Kevil's and our campaign to take Kiwi Farms offline. Or is it Donnie Sullivan? Maybe that's not Jake. I don't know. Maybe they sent somebody else out for it. You know that she wants to get doxxed again, right? Can you tell? Like, you'd think that after getting doxxed like 27 times in a row, don't you think she'd be like, hey, maybe we shouldn't post a picture of like the inside of my fucking apartment because it would be like kind of an irresponsible and fucking brain dead thing to do? Wouldn't that be really stupid? If I know that these people are deranged enough to look up bed sheets about me, like maybe that wouldn't be like the best idea, but she loves the attention though.
And just to follow up on a previous question, how do you expect to work with Republicans if they won't even acknowledge you as president-elect?
They will.
God, the Doom soundtrack is so fucking good. What was that? Can Joe Biden dual-wield katanas?
Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans threatens the very foundations of our republic. Democracy must be defended. I believe we're in a battle for the soul of this nation, and I'm asking every American to join me.
And just to follow up on a previous...
Okay. Let me just get a drink. I need to... I'm out of control right now. Give me... I'll be back. Hold on. Just... I don't even know. Listen to Sneeko. I'll be back.
Hurting the minds of young men and women. Yeah. Because the women who do it, they have a false sense of reality about like what to...
Actually, never mind. Listen to Donos.
Are there any internet lawyers out there that you have heard of talking about Mel taking legal action? There seems to be a tort there from my understanding. Also, please unban me from Reddit. No more white name smiley face. Could you vote for Trump without being a moderate Republican? Do you think the president was referring only to people who claim the election was stolen? Call Lily, she's crying, cry. Hi, Mr. Bonnell. Much love from Australia. Did you see Donovan Dark's video on you? Funny thing is that guy is a walking contradiction. His GF/wife is everything RP guys say hot to commit to. Thank you, Steven and my friend Pin, for helping me on the journey to deradicalize me from being an extremist Trumpy. Here's something for helping me. Please watch Trump's Charlottesville speech. There is a lot of misinformation still being shared about what he said that day. I do think 100% inheritance tax would be a good idea for a fair society. Random question, Destiny, but what's the longest road trip you've ever taken? By your logic, could you jump high in the air, hover in place for 12 hours, and then be halfway around the world when you come down? Look up every rocket launch trajectory ever and you will see they travel eastish for a reason. Or right, chat is flowered. The rotation of the Earth affects all objects even in atmosphere, and especially over long distances. You're correct. It's basically how gyroscope/pendulum work. Subcase of the general case you argued for.
Hello, my love.
Let me be clear. Wouldn't it funny if Obama said Obama? Obama. Obama. Obama.
It's a solid.
Fuck you. Can I knack again and ban up in this bitch?
We need to introduce another gravitational object into this. Make it into a three-body problem. That should definitely allow for a solution to be found. Troll face. The meme universe is a dark forest, and we are all hunters in the night. Why? Steve Ann, the reason that rockets are launched near the equator is because space is like a vending machine. Sometimes it's a Sprite, sometimes it's a Coke. Be the Coke, Steve Ann.
How can people say the moon doesn't spin? Tidally luck means it spins at the same rate as it orbits.
Steven, for my 2024 run, I'm having the Lily pitch you. The famous YouTuber with 3 million subscribers as my vice presidential candidate. Her first policy will be mandated Lily and Destiny Valorant streams at least twice a week. Eurocock. Eurocock. Eurocock.
Hey.
Is that good? I can't hear you on stream, so I don't know if you're telling me something's fucked up.
Well, can you hear me, like, in here?
Say something.
Something? Hello, hello, hello?
Yeah, you're fucking with me. Dude, the chat's delayed. There's
Test,
no way
test,
for me to
test.
know. Okay, I got 2 topics for you. Both of them are like a brain blast.
Well, wait,
so
can you hear me?
choose.
Hello?
One is about the
He can't
press
hear me.
and why it's fucked, and the other is...
Kobe, you're up. Nope, Kobe, you're down.
Oh, hey. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Doing great. Cobes, talk to me.
Well, happy to be talking to you. To be honest, I jumped in here when you were doing that stupid physics crap because I wanted to end it.
Okay.
Am I able to share my screen in here at all?
No,
oh, yeah,
just talk to me. What do you want to say? Just say what you need to say.
Okay. All right. Sorry. The, stupid physics stuff.
Yeah.
When you throw a ball straight up in the air, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're standing on the top. Let's say you're on the ball. You're standing on the ball straight up.
Yeah.
The ball is the earth. Throw it straight up. There's velocity to, the left.
Yep.
And straight up. So now you have like some velocity. You add those two together, you get a velocity kind of straight to the left. And the chat is only partially right when they say stuff about gravity. Where like, yeah, you go up and to the left, and the gravity's gonna pull it down, so it's gonna be in this arc motion, and it'll land. But because it'll land further than it was on the Earth, but because you're standing on the Earth and rotating, then your velocity, let's say your velocity is like 10 meters per second in any given tangential direction at any moment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the velocity of the ball. And then when the person, every time the Earth moves just a tiny bit, that person keeps the same tangential velocity in the new direction.
Yep.
So they end up moving further than the ball, and the ball's behind them.
Okay.
So now the chat can stop talking about it. I feel like you understood it, but
I got
triggering.
you. A+. If the ball was in the air theoretically for 5 seconds, at 2.5 seconds, our tangential velocity is exactly the same speed as it was before, but the ball's tangential velocity in our direction is going to be decreasing. because as we move
Exactly.
away, it's not accelerating at all. It's only going in a straight line in a different direction. So the velocity in our direction is decreasing constantly, which means it's going to be landing behind us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Cool.
Do you like research physics stuff? How do you know about physics stuff? Just like classes?
I don't want to brag, but I built some pretty badass spaceships in Kerbal Space Program. So you know,
Oh, yeah?
yeah. I know a little bit about flinging things around planets. Okay.
Is that where a lot of it came from, for real?
Unironically, yeah. A lot of it was ultra
That's
fucking
cool.
unintuitive, but learning about all the little things, helped a lot. Fleshed out a lot of my knowledge. Unironically, yeah.
Cool. That's awesome. Yeah, I took I was a physics major for 2 years in college.
Okay.
And so that's why I know a little bit about it. I don't know much. I still don't. I know as much as like a high school student who's taking it right now, probably. But
Okay.
And do you mind if I ask you one other thing?
Dude, fucking go for it, man.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. By the way, I just want to say that I really appreciate your shit. I worked for an alternative media company for a while. And,
Based. Can you say which one?
Yeah, nope, not gonna do that, dude.
Can you give us a hint?
You wouldn't. To be honest, I don't think you would know it. No, I don't care. Yeah, it's the Western Journal.
Okay.
They just got sold to another person.
Cool.
It was a messy company, so I'm glad I'm out of there.
A lot of them are.
Yeah, I was like super hyper conservative for a while, and now I'm not. It's great. Still fairly conservative, Christian.
All right.
But you know.
Well, that's cool.
But you were talking the other day about your sort of shift to narrative focused arguments, sort of, right? Is that a good way to put it?
That is indeed a good way to put it.
Okay.
Yes.
So it seems like you're moving. You said you're moving towards. Well, I'll say it this way. It seemed as though you're moving away from a pragmatic way of looking at everything. Like, hey, what's the...
Well, pragmatic is not anything to do with narrative or like fact.
No, I know.
Yeah.
You're right. What I'm getting at is the way you were looking at situations was more like, I remember the example now.
Mm-hmm.
You were saying, why would you put yourself in a situation if it could end up that you would cheat? I think it was, right? It was about cheating.
Oh,
it's
like
why would
relationship
I?
stuff,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like that sort of philosophy, I've never heard from you before. I've been listening to you for a long enough now that seems like very different from what you used to say. You just never brought that kind of stuff up.
Sure.
And it seems like how would you describe that sort of thinking now for you?
Well, I don't know if that's necessarily related either to like my new like trying to take like a narrative based approach to presenting stories. I don't necessarily.
You don't think it's related?
No, I don't think so.
It sounds like you're moving away from practicality or whatever. And that's in this specific case I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
You're moving away from like practicality or whatever, or pragmatic. I don't know what you'd call that. I'm not really sure what the right word is, but away from that and towards wisdom. So what's the wise thing to do? Because putting yourself in a situation where you're most likely to succeed is just more wise. It seems like you're, I would describe it as wisdom.
Okay.
And you're right. Your reading sounds like you said you were reading C.S. Lewis. Who,
some random things. Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't read any of his works. I've only read the Chronicles of Narnia or whatever when I was in middle school. But I know a good bit of his works. Enough people have talked about it in Christian circles that I know of it. And it seems like your shift towards narrative stuff, reading C.S. Lewis, and that wisdom thing are super tied together. That was why I thought they were.
Well, the narrative stuff is something I've been trying to do for a long time, but I think the religious shit kind of tied it together a little bit easier for me. Is kind of how I view it.
Yeah, yeah, and it seems like the religious stuff moved you towards, or maybe I'm wrong, but it seems like I guess it's only one example, but it seems like that's that thinking that what's the wisest thing to do seems like it's probably related. Could be wrong though.
Maybe a little bit. I guess they're kind of a little bit tied together, but
yeah, maybe. But I thought that was really I was kind of